Hello everyone and welcome to this. And this video is going to be about the Hamilton Tiger Cats, as I just finished watching the Week 4 finale of the CFL with the BC Lions, pretty much throttling the Hamilton Tiger Cats, with Travis Lulay coming off the bench, setting a off-the-bench passing record for over 400 yards with about 438 yards passing off the bench. You know, really impressive. We all forget about how great Travis Lulay is. But anyways, this video is about the Ticats. BC, they're rolling on. The Hamilton, though, this is a team which is in a lot of serious trouble. When I look around the Canadian Football League, and especially the Eastern Division, everyone else got better. While Hamilton, they just became very, very stagnant and stale. They're very bland when you look at them this season. I mean, look at the Eastern Division. Toronto got Jim Pop to be their general manager, Mark Trestman to be the head coach. Ricky Ray's looking like the Ricky Ray of old. They made some big pickups defensively with your Rico Murrays, your Bear Woods, which was a huge get after Montreal had to cut Woods to make some cap room. Montreal, let's transition over them. They got Darian Durant. Darian Durant looks like a young kid yet again, the kind of guy that won Grey Cup 101 for the Saskatchewan Roughriders in Regina. He's revitalized. You know, Nick Lewis has targets. He's out there looking so refreshed and refined, and that was something that helped make Montreal get better. Montreal, that was their big issue. The quarterback carousel. Well, it comes down here on a big pickup to the likes of Darian Durant, and things are working out for them. Now, Ottawa, some would say, well, did Ottawa really get that much better? But, you know, this is a team that's lost their games by an average so far of 6 points. They're very competitive. The only issue for the Ottawa Red Blacks this season, and I look at them, is the Ottawa Red Blacks. They just can't get out of their way. They may not have a win, but they're one of the most maybe the most competitive team right now in the CFL. So this brings us to Hamilton. And to me, Hamilton, they had a decent draft, but this is a team right now, they're too old on offense and too young on defense. They literally just look lost in disarray. BC, which is a team tonight that can just throw the football down the field. Either way, with both Jonathan Jennings, who went out after the first series, and then Travis Lulay, you know, as I was mentioning before, we forget about how great this guy is as a Grey Cup winning quarterback. And obviously now he's in the record books for off-the-bench passing for 438 yards. BC can whip that football all the way around the field, and it showed. And it showed all throughout the season. Saskatchewan was able to do that last week with Kevin Glenn doing it. And before that, obviously, Ricky Ray. So quarterbacks are having a field day against a very young and very inexperienced Hamilton Tiger Cat secondary. They can get some pressure, but quarterbacks are able to avoid that. I mean, Ted Laurent, John Chick, they're really good players, but if they're not able to get to the quarterback, because these quarterbacks are able to avert them, that secondary is just for lunch, and we don't know about the health of Simone Lawrence. You can tell it seems to be a bit of an issue. He got dinged up there in Saskatchewan last week, and this is a guy that's vital to success of Hamilton. And the offense, when I look at this team, they really didn't do too much to pick up any big players. You know, Zach Caleros, I like Zach. He's shown his toughness. He's really earned his stripes with the organization, but he doesn't have much targets to throw to. I mean, Andy Fantuz, he's still there. But, I mean, who are the big targets? The fullbacks, the men on the backfield, they're the big targets for these Ticat teams. They're missing a lot of pieces. Brandon Banks obviously was one of the big guys we had to get back a couple years ago. Well, him as an elite returner, I mean, he could maybe bring one back or two, but it's looking like what happens with most returners, they got about a 2-year window, and well, the window is closed to me on Brandon Banks being that scary guy to return kickoffs and punts. So I honestly don't know where this leads. Like I'm just going to say, the season to me is on the line for the Ticats as they head into Edmonton next weekend against maybe the team that got the best in the offseason in the Edmonton Eskimos with what they got draft-wise. You know, a Nate Bahar, who may have had a contract issue, but when this guy can step on the field, he's going to be an important rookie. Mike Riley, he's just been sensational, how he's whipping that football down the field. I mean, this is a team that just keeps getting better. I mean, Bowman's been a big player once again for them. as Zylstra has just emerged as this fantastic receiver that people keep forgetting about, and he makes big-time plays when it really matters for the Eskimos. But, I mean, I think you'd have to think Ken Austin's job is on the line in Hamilton. I mean, I know he's got a lot of responsibilities with this team, but you just feel maybe his time is coming, and that the window of this team's success has come and gone. That's just the vibe, I think, that's coming out of the Hammer. So we're going to find out next week. A lot needs to be improved of, because so far there's been not a lot to enjoy. You know, when you go from being in the lead, in the driver's seat at the half, to pretty much the game being blown wide open on you because of your secondary. Issues need to be arranged. You know, as I was saying, Ken Austin, he's now making the play calls. You know, why'd you bring Steph Potasic in if you were going to do that? I mean, Potasic, obviously, a guy that's had a lot of success both at the university level here in Canada, both as a player and a coach, and with some success in the CFL for that very same organization. I think Steph needs to be getting the play calls back because, you know, the season could be over and we're just in the start of the summer here, about a month or so into, and Hamilton could just be looking at teams coasting along, waiting until the end of the season to come. So changes need to be made for a very, very soft team right now. So anyways, that's going to do it for this video. Peace out, and have yourself a good night.